What's up,
Positive,
King?
positive energy in.
Positive energy.
Yes.
All that. What's in your mirror?
What's in your mirror?
To
That
everyone
can
out
get.
there, if you want to participate, as usual, just go ahead and inbox me. Hit me up at King Jermaine, and you can forward you the information. Normally, whenever I do this, the information tend to be sync within the actual title of the live. Um, Tonight we here with Rich again. What's good?
Oh, it's all good. Uh,
It's all good.
Good to
Sound
be
like
with
you
you
over
again,
there
Jermaine.
entertaining some shrooms. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, no, no, I gotta mute this because I've been doing a lot of prepping for to help people with diet. So I do a lot of prepping,
You do a lot of prepping.
but
Okay.
that's all over now because we're ready to go and see what's in the mirror. This topic can get pretty deep.
Can get pretty filthy too
It
for
can
all the
get pretty some of everything.
sensitive beings out there.
We all look in the mirror, right?
Do we?
I think everybody looks in the mirror at one time of the day, unless they're stranded in the ocean or wilderness or desert.
I mean, when I said what's in your mirror, I'm pretty much stating look beyond your reflection. What's in your
Yeah,
mirror is just above the surface. That's just one layer.
yeah. You see what I mean? How deep it can get? It can get so deep, you're not even talking about a mirror at all.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what Jermaine has said. Jermaine has spoken. MEN-talRollaDeK has spoken. Now, the people that's listening, you can refer to the physical mirror if you like. Whatever you like.
Let's
Whatever
start
you
there
see.
though.
Let's start where?
Let's start there though.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Perfect.
So, when we take action to stare at a mirror, for you, what do you see, sir?
Well, the first thing you see is the reflection. That's what I mean by the deepness. You see the reflection. Let's say you look in the physical mirror. You go to your bathroom. You get up. From a man's standpoint, you get up. You're about to wash your face. You're about to shave or whatever. But you see yourself, or even a woman. You get up and you see yourself. You see the reflection. But is that you? What I see a reflection. And my mind goes, the, the first the first thing is surface. So I was like, well, I gotta comb my hair. I don't like that. But when I look in the mirror, I think what everybody does is we pick ourselves apart a little bit. Oh, this is good. That's bad. That's ugly. Let me touch this up. Where did I get that scar from? In my case, I'm like, I didn't know my nose was that big. Maybe I
So,
need, maybe I need to get a nose job. Maybe I need to take some money and get a nose job. This is what I say.
seriously, that's what you say?
That's what I say. I've said that before. I was like, my nose is kind of out there. When I look in the mirror, my nose is the first thing that says hello.
Interesting.
And then I look deeper. Then I was like, no, that's not really me. Then I look at myself from the side. I say, oh, I look funny from the side. Then I say, well, just not used to looking at myself sideways. That's all. And then everything starts to calm down. It's like, well, my nose is really not that big. I don't need to. pay for an operation for a nose job because the real me is on the inside, and then the inside starts to come out, which is the truth of us. What we see in the mirror is not the truth of us. It's a reflection of us. Then the truth of me start to speak. Oh, your nose is not that big. Yeah, you're getting a little older. Yeah, this is starting to show. That's starting to fade. But deep inside, you're forever young. You're a great guy. I was like, yeah, that's right. So that's how deep that.
I don't know if you're being sincere.
No, this is it's serious.
Are you joking with me right now?
No, it's serious.
Um, are you having, no disrespect to the queens, but are you having a a black queen moment? Because they, most of them, not all, started to alter their stuff like cartoon characters. The butt inflation, the nose, the lips, and so on and so on, when there's nothing more gorgeous and beautiful like our women. One of the things I see within the mirror is the lack of exception for oneself. I had moments where I see things within the mirror that nobody else may have seen, and I complain about it, but I've never thought within myself, I'm going to alter my actual body to adjust it. Not for me and not for no one else. So this nose I have on my face, I love it. I love everything about myself, whether I'm unhealthy or healthy. Dad belly, shaped like a carrot, look like an onion, look like a duffel bag. I love it all. And it's something I've grown with strength and understanding about. This is I. This is the energy in front of you. Let's go, Rich.
Are you saying when you look in the mirror, it's a positive thing that happens? See, first thing when I look in the mirror, the first thing is surface and negative, and then I calm down to a positive state.
I've always seen positivity when I look in the mirror.
Instantly, immediately, when you look in the mirror, it automatically goes to positive. Even if
Yeah, because I've beaten myself up for the past couple of years. It's like I did the reconstruction early. That insecurity, I did that insecurity reconstruction at a young age. I did it in my 20s. So me being in my 30s now, there's no issue. I walk around with my little stretch marks on my shoulder because they're wider than normal. I do a lot of push-ups. My from eating unhealthy, my little stomach hangs. But hey, I know that these are things that I can change when I take action. You know, oh, you want a better body? Let me start working out. Let me run around my complex. You want to start eating healthy? You change that. No more candy, no more rice, no more this, no more that. I control that. So I'm not going to look within the mirror and beat myself up. As far as what goes on a deeper level, it comes out of me. It speaks through my action. So no, I don't look at nothing negative. That's one thing the universe gave me is understanding, and that understanding, through that understanding, I know that I can develop and pretty much adjust anything I want to adjust about me. You might hit me up and I might be down for like 5 seconds. Hey, I was down for 5 seconds. Yeah, that was 5 seconds ago. I'm good now. Let's go. Let's have at it. Let's have it. And this is me. This is me.
So that's all positive, and that's all good. And and for the people that's listening, a mirror reflects. And I ask you this question too, Jermaine. And I want the people that's listening to ask yourself, when you reflect, what's going on?
When I reflect, what's going on is this: the love I have for me now versus the dislike I had for me now is a thing that's I can't even. Sometimes I'm like, I'm in a like, wow, you've taken a major transformation, because I was not always like this. I was not always this confident, this secure. I went through trials and errors. I went through my suicidal phase. Yes, I tried to off myself 3 times. Never worked. The universe wouldn't allow me to do that. That's when I thought things were bad. The issues within the family, the jeering, and so on and so on and so on. Everybody goes through that. And then society, man, society's is like walking a straight line, and everybody has their hands out with gloves on, just punching you in the face, and there's nothing you could do about it. You're getting hit from left to right, right to left, even kicks. But what I notice every time I get back up and I keep on walking, keep on stepping forward, not only have I gotten stronger, I become more powerful within myself. And through that growth, I understand that everything is a possibility. And I flow versus not flowing. I look at conditions as an illusion. So I don't know if that answers your question per se. Man, I could go for days. I'm starting to believe you're the one interviewing me. we can
Yes, just lay down, on a nice couch.
we can do that.
But the people that's listening also, I want you to reflect, because there's no right or wrong answer if you're reflecting to yourself. The mirror doesn't lie. So when you're reflecting and talking about what action is going on with you when you reflect, no one can say that's right or wrong, because it's your reflection of your life, of your experiences, of your memory. To reflect is going to memory. If you want to talk about the past of a reflection. So when you're reflecting, what are you reflecting about? When you look in the mirror reflects your physical self. What is the mirror saying? The mirror is saying, this is your shadow in color. You know, this is your shadow with all the detail. Yes, you are reality. Yes, you are alive. This is your reflection. This is the reality of you. You can reflect the dead person. A reflection, just like a shadow, reflects reality. That reality doesn't necessarily have to be alive if it's a human being. But when we reflect, a mirror not necessarily has to be involved because the mind records and we can reflect and even see ourselves at 8 years old, what we were playing with, what we were crying about, what we were laughing about, because the brain records and stores. So when we reflect without the mirror, another reality comes up. We can actually see ourselves at 8 years old. We can actually see and remember, and some of us, what's in your mirror is the title of this live. Because what's in your mirror is like the present now. How is it like the present now? Because the present now is a result of past actions in your life. So when we reflect psychologically, we reflect to all the things, which is all the ingredients of where we are now psychologically. It could be all the ingredients of what we are physically. But when we reflect, without the mirror, we're looking at the mind, what it has recorded. What it has recorded, that's what the mind does. That's what the brain does. It records and stores. That's one of the functions of the brain. But when we reflect, we go without the mirror, it goes back to the file cabinet and it picks us out at 8 years old, 18 years old, wherever age you are. And it's like, and sometimes a song will do that. You might be driving, you might be walking, and then all of a sudden you hear a song that you used to like in high school. And then the brain brings up, just like YouTube brings up a song, the brain brings up, oh, I remember in high school when this song was on, and you start to see everything that was going on at that time. The brain is the ultimate YouTube. Just like the computer, everybody's computer, whatever they Google, whatever they look into, it's the computer is a reflect. Your computer, your laptop is a reflection of your brain. Your cell phone is a reflection of your brain. Because just like you take things and record and store it in your phone and your laptop, the brain is doing the same thing. And we're taking what's in our brain and putting it on our laptop.
Absolutely. That's 100% accurate. Because society's even aiming to use that as an action to validate our day to day. If, say, you like cartoons, and as soon as you start talking about cartoons on your phone, you go to your favorite forum, boom, you look at an app that out of nowhere appears like, hey, this is where you get all the top cartoons at. Or you like to shop at, say, your favorite superstore. An app pops up with your favorite superstore. So it's a perception of you.
It can be a scary thing. It's like some people don't want to face the mirror. But this computer, you talk about being accountable. You talking about wondering about your girl, and you females that's listening, you talking about wondering about your man. Everybody that's listening, or who will listen to the syndication, you don't need to figure out your man or woman anymore. Just take their head, just take their hard drive.
What are you talking about? I need you to expound upon that. What do you mean take their hard drive?
All you got to do is look at their computer. You ain't got to look in the purse no more. You ain't got to look in the little black book. You ain't got to ask them questions. Just just look at what they Google. Look at what they store. The the their computer, laptop, and phone is reflecting what's in their brain.
It's that easy now?
It is that easy.
Wow. Vulnerability.
Nobody's gonna look into what they're not interested in.
Absolutely. But
It's
is it
very.
our interest?
It's not our interest. It shouldn't be your interest to be nosy and try to figure out your girl or man that way. But if you are wondering, you will find more than what you bargained for. Not on their hard drive in their laptop or computer or phone than you ever find in a purse or a wallet.
What I
It's
actually meant,
that scary.
what I actually meant by that is it our interest? I'm not just talking about being nosy. Because earlier you plucked on accountability, right? And you drew reference to all these things we can look at, but those things are still a blindfold versus you, the actual being. Because when you take action by being secure, you don't have to go through these things. When you walk within your truth and multiply that by your love for you, those insecurity matters not. You don't have them. So that's what I'm speaking on.
Oh yeah. I mean, you don't need to look at somebody's hard drive or in their purse or in their wallet. A secure person doesn't do that.
Because whatever your mate is doing, gradually within the present, they will expose themselves. Because when your body is comfortable, when you are comfortable, you retract to who you are naturally. FYI, ladies, start studying the man that you're dating versus studying the objects that man has in his possession. You can learn a lot more from studying that man versus studying his cell phone versus studying his car, his wallet, etc., etc.
Etc.
And fellas,
Okay,
I'm not giving away I'm not giving away all the game.
but hey, this door swing both ways.
And it's vice versa. Study the person you're dating.
Okay, let's create a dating red pill, blue pill then. The red pill. Do you like to get to know your mate and find out who they are by dating and courting and finding out about each other by intercommunication and the way you communicate and see your mate unfold? That's red pill. Now blue pill. Would you like to see everything they were thinking on their laptop or you see inside themselves and know what you're getting into at the first date at the restaurant at the table? Which pill you think most people are going to take?
Was that the red? Red for 2 million, please. Let me
The
check.
blue, the blue one is you can see it now.
Oh, the blue. They want everything now. Everything is about instant gratification. Nobody wants to work. It's too hard to work. It's
We,
too.
you know, we should do that, Jermaine. We should create a red pill, blue pill for dating.
That sounded like the truth and dare questions we wanted to actually conjure. on one of our lives. But we never followed through on that. And I felt like that would be an interesting live.
Or red pill, blue pill before sex.
Whoa. There would be no sex if you do that. There would be no intercourse. Everybody would be celibate. and then us as men would be like, all right, I'm celibate. I'm practicing semen retention.
It depends on how we do the red pill, blue pill. I mean, okay, the topic we're on is mirror, what's in your mirror. How about a topic, what's in your sex? If you're about to have sex, do you just want to have the sensation without the person?
How you do that?
The pill is going to do it. That's the red pill. And then the blue pill, you're going to experience this person with all the feeling, and you're going to stay with this person. I mean, these two people love each other. You know, you're planning on being making a serious commitment. So the red pill and the blue pill is like, do you want just a sensation? We sometimes we take that red pill. It's called masturbation.
You're talking for yourself.
Well, okay, I'm the only one that masturbated out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Keep
Nobody
giving
else.
away your essence, man.
Hey, well, I'm just saying red pill, blue pill.
When you bring
want
forth life, keep giving
that?
away your essence, man. Keep giving
Yeah,
away your essence.
I'm human. I
You're
have nothing to
human.
hide.
Okay.
But
He's
the
a
blue
walking
pill is
mirror.
the blue pill is to have every sensation physically with that person for the rest of your life.
That sounds like an ecstasy pill.
That's the blue pill. For the rest of your life, that's that person you're gonna have sex with. That's like marriage. But the red pill is have the sensation that that person would give you with no commitment.
I'd rather have that.
Yeah, but you this is the person that you supposedly love
You mean myself?
yourself. This is anybody.
Oh, wait. Since you want to speak of lust.
It's
Oh, you
not
meant
lust.
oh,
It's
you
not
meant
lust.
love. Oh, you meant love. Oh.
Love, not lust.
Oh, how can you do that without loving you first?
It's a red pill, blue pill situation before sex,
So
before the first time you have sex with that person.
wait, damn, there's a lot of shit in the mirror. And some of the things in the mirror not adding up. It's not making sense to me. You gotta expound on what you're saying.
It's a red pill, blue pill. It's just I don't know how we got on this red pill, blue pill thing.
You
I think
created it. So now
if it
that
was
you're on it, you're gonna expound upon it for the people like, what the hell is Rich talking about? He been
okay.
babbling for 2.5 minutes and not making sense to me because you're not on their frequency. So now you have to.
Hey, it's so many people out there. You don't know what frequency they on. They might be trying to Google to see if they can buy that pill. Pill out there you can just take for sex.
my chest hurts. Oh man.
No, when you reflect, I was saying if you want to know about anybody, look at their computer. If you want to be that nosy, you want to be that insecure, look at somebody's computer. You'll find out everything you want to know. If you could do that, if you could look at their hard drive. So I said we create a red pill and a blue pill for dating. The red pill is you have to date them and find out for yourself what's right or wrong with them. The blue pill is you can see everything the first day of what you're getting into. I think
Oh,
so. It's up to the person what pill you would want to take.
okay. So like the post I made the other day, when you know you're playing a game, would you still play that game? Knowing it's a game that you're playing? Would
Well,
it still be fun?
if I
Huh?
want to play a game, I'm gonna play the game. If I'm into it for games, that's what I am. But if I'm not into it for games, As soon as you see it's a game, you stop.
But if everything around you is not what you truly, truly want to take action upon, and it's an illusion, we are playing a game. Because being secure and looking at life from a secure perspective is different than being insecure and looking at life from somebody else's perspective.
So when one is secure, what are they looking at?
When one is secure, one is looking at the connection with everything, understanding I am a part of this universe versus me thinking I'm greater than the universe. I am one with all the animals, with all the trees, versus me thinking I have a one up above them.
So if that's the action, is that the action of being secure?
Absolutely. Security flows. Security is electric. Security is happiness.
Happiness is a side effect.
I'm speaking for the
I could be
people.
happy as a serial murderer.
Okay.
I could be a happy thief.
Okay.
Happiness is a side effect.
Okay.
It's like, you know, it's, see, a lot of people think happiness is everything. Oh, I'm happy. But a thief could be happy. That's not the action of what's secure. But
Are
you
you gonna tell us, or you gonna keep
I mean,
having us
you kind of told us. You kind of told us in the beginning. You said
from
you look at
your
every. You said you
your
look at
perspective?
everything. That's pretty much the the action of secure being secure is. When you said earlier, you look at the whole thing. That is the action of being secure. That the action of being secure is correct attention.
There it is. And what is correct attention?
You ever see somebody that's dating somebody and then they talking to you about this person they met and they tell you about the first surprise and they didn't know this person was like this and they didn't know they was like that. But if they paid correct attention in the beginning, they paid it. They superficialness is incorrect attention. So let's say a female meets this guy and she's just going with him just because of his car or just because of his job. That's that's not the action of being secure. You have to look deeper than that. You have to look at the whole thing about him, the way he talks, the way he communicates. He could be calling her. He can have a bad communication, but she's only looking at his car and his job. So she's gonna miss the whole of him. Is her understanding of him is gonna be fragmented, and that door swings both ways. Say a guy is into a girl just because she got a great body, so he's gonna miss out on who she is inside. And then when that inside comes out, being the action of being secure is looking at the whole thing, is understanding that the inner overcomes the outer. So no matter if the guy has got a great job or a great car, and he has great sex, and if that woman has great sex, she's got a great body. After that's over, the real person you got to deal with.
That's the relaxed state I was talking about.
Yes, yes,
And that's the same thing when you look in the mirror, you're only seeing everything on a surface level.
yes.
So, how can we look at a person as a whole when we don't look at ourselves as a whole?
Well, you asked the question and you answered it.
Is that what I did?
Yeah, you can't see somebody. You can't love if there's no love in you.
But for the people that don't make sense to, you 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 gotta you gotta give them a little bit more detail.
If
That
you
was a
don't
head
look at if
that
you
was a
don't
head
look at
scratcher
yourself, if you don't look at yourself deeply, how can you look at somebody else deeply?
because
That's
I don't have any accountability, Rich.
well, if you don't have any accountability, you can't be in a serious relationship.
You can't tell me that, Rich.
Oh yeah, you can be in a relationship. I mean, look, people can have kids, right? But does sex make a father? Does sex make a mother? But two people that don't have accountability or don't look at life deeply can have a child. They're not thinking about having a child. They're thinking about having sex. So when the child comes, then what? Now you got to look at life deeply.
It becomes too hard then.
Comes too hard then, so it perpetuates. And by the time that child is ready to have sex, it's doing the same thing parents did, and it perpetuates. It perpetuates. But it all starts with looking at something and inner over an understanding that the inner overcomes the outer. You know, when we first date, when we go on that first date, both people are showing their best. It's like an interview at a job.
But that's a mask.
Right, that's an image. So that image must be broken down. That's what dating is about. That's what the mirror is about. The mirror is just reflecting the surface. You must go beyond the reflection. When you date, dating should be about what's inside of this person. Because the first date is all image. I'm going to show her my best. She's going to show him her best.
And then he goes to the bathroom and he put another mask on, and she goes to the bathroom, she touch up her hair and put on another mask.
It's all image in a whole and he's got his image and it's image versus image until you start living together. Oh,
The
I
way
thought that, then you start, oh, I thought that was your real leg.
oh man. And
Oh,
then the crazy thing about it too, and when they go home, they start disassembling these images, and then the real them show up, and when they walk by the mirror, they just break it.
a lot of them, you don't want to face that mirror. But the action of being secure is inner over an understanding that the inner overcomes the outer. Most women that's with abusive men, they would have never dated this guy if they seen if he was abusive. But if you just paying attention on the surface things is what's get us in trouble. Paying too much attention to the surface of things. The menu is not the meal. It's like going to a restaurant, open up the menu. Hey, that looks good. That looks good too. You see this, baby? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I'm full. Let's go. You'd be like, wait a minute, we gotta order it and eat it. And then you get it, then they bring it to you. Hey, this doesn't look like what's on the menu. It's false advertisement.
That's society though. That's what society does. And a lot of us fall or fell for it. A lot of us are still within an illusion so deep. Every door we walk through as an escape, we come back to the beginning. And the longer we lie to ourselves versus releasing ourselves, the longer we stay in it.
So you go on this date with this woman, and this woman go on this date with you. You're both showing each other's image. You're both showing each other a mirror of what you want her to see. She's showing you a mirror of what she wants you to see. Oh, you see this cleavage? You see these eyes? You see this makeup? You see my lips? You see how I talk so softly? You see how I eat my food so, so classy? And the guy is like, you see these arms? You see my car? You see that I'm paying for all of this? You see my masculinity? You see I'm masculine? You see the force and power of me? Yeah, this is what you're going to miss out on if you don't go further. But the inside of the man might be going, well, I hope you don't look at that side of the menu because that is
The expensive side.
no, that's the blast side.
So we're both holding this mirror up, right? Um, a wise woman stated the other day, if both people is holding up a mirror and nobody puts their mirror down to actually see what's holding the mirror up, it's problematic because we're so stuck on looking at the images within the mirror, forgot to look at the ones holding the mirror or what's behind the mirror.
A mirror, we can't forget. It's just like dating. You can't forget that beautiful girl that you just met and you guys are starting to date, that is an image. No matter how good you look in the mirror, you can't don't forget. It's like looking at a picture. It's not the real thing. It's not I won't say the real thing. It's not the actual. It's not the actual thing. It's not the actual person when you're on an interview. It's not the actual person. And then you'd be like, man, I interviewed this person, I hired this person, and this person, I gotta fire them now. Now, if you seen that in the interview, you would have never hired them. But we got so many masks, and people say, "Oh wow, I wish I could act. Man, I would be the best actor. I would make money all over the world." But they act all day. They go to the job interview, and before the job interview, they'd be like, "I'm gonna go get this job because I need this damn money. Fuck everything else, or fuck everybody else." Then when they get to the job, "Hello, how you doing? Oh, it's a beautiful day today. Oh, I like that brooch. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, I'm perfect for this job, and this employment would be an asset to the company." And they think they can't act.
Hey man, watch how you talking about Arnold.
I used to talk to people in the hood. I'd be like, man, you ain't got to curse all the time. I tell females, you ain't got to, well, if you had my life, you'd be cursing too, blah, blah. Then when they get to the interview, hello, nice to meet you. God bless.
I know a woman like that. This woman gave birth to me. This woman is a powerful woman. Don't get me wrong. I love this woman. Forever will. Everyone have one of these women within their life, but you also realize something about this woman, right? This woman has a strong and prominent voice. So while everybody is talking here, this woman's voice is up here. 3 o'clock in the morning, this woman wakes up and she prays, and the ceiling off the roof quakes, shivers at a 5.6 on the Richter scale. And whenever this woman wants something and somebody pale call this woman or say bill collector, and these I'm talking about she still does it now, but I'm reflecting her past a little bit. It would be like with us, yo, y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do. And then somebody else call her, hi, how are you? I'm fine.
Right,
I'm,
right.
I'm well. Yeah, the sky is blue today. The sun is shining. It's going to be a wonderful day. And as soon as that phone hang up, I'm like, yo, and I'm dying laughing within myself. There's something sick about this person. I love you, Ma. But she don't ever see it. And here, me and my little brother trying to say to her, hey, you know you don't have to be like that, right? Because we know you have this calmness within you.
Oh, I don't.
No,
Yeah.
this is how I talk. This is how I speak. This is how I've been, and this is how I always gonna be. But I'm like, no. A few minutes ago, you were somebody totally different.
But you see how we talk on this platform, Jermaine. We keep it real, right? We keep it actual. We keep it so blunt. You know, we get the hate letters and stuff. Like even when I speak publicly, I get the hate letters and stuff. But this mirror, a lot of people stay in the mirror too long, and a lot of people don't want to face their mirror. It's kind of like what some of these religions do. I mean, it's kind of I don't attack religion, but I think sometimes they give God, the way they say God, a bad rap. I mean, why would you put in a book, oh, if you don't do right, God is going to send you to hell and the fire and the brimstone, and you're going to burn in the worst heat and the flame and the heat forever and ever with the devil down there in his pitchfork, and you're going to burn forever, and you're going to feel that fire, and you're going to feel that heat, and you're going to feel that evil.
That
But he
sounds like
loves, then on the other hand, he loves you. Oh, he loves you. He doesn't want to see you hurt.
really.
This is not me talking. This is in the book.
No, that sounds like a cotton field in the sun at 100 degrees with a whip on your back. And after he whips you, he puts you back to work. And after you do the work, and if you're not live enough to do that work, and you die, right? He was like, hey, damn it, that boy was a hard worker. He loved you when you're no longer here, but he abused you when you were in that field doing what you're supposed to do, right? And that's kind of what it is. Y'all say God, I say your slave master.
Well, I say God for the sake of people know what I'm talking about. I really don't call it God, but if you read these religion books, they call it God. You know, God. And you know, he has different names in some of these books, Jehovah, and you know, the Creator. Some people call him the Creator. But if He loves you so much, I don't. If I love somebody, I'm not going to punish them like that. And if it's just so many contradictions, it's like if you know, if uh it's just so many double standards. It sounds like this book wasn't written by God. It sounds like this book was written by men.
Yeah,
This is
somebody
a
with an ego.
this is a man's point of view. This is not a God's point of view. And God is going to come down. And when God comes down, you think if God is universal, you think this earth could hold God?
That's why I made that reference to the cotton field just now and the slave master for those that didn't get it. And it goes back to, since we're on love, let's speak on that. We tend to say, hey, I love you, but we apply all these damn conditions, right? And your love is so immense that you can't do without that person. So it goes back to that same thing you were just speaking of. What do we try to do? Hurt that person. In return, make sure their life is miserable because we're miserable because they're no longer in our lives.
Well, it sounds like conditioning, the old reward and punishment conditioning program. If you don't do this, you're going to get punished like that. If you do this, you're going to get rewarded like this. That's all it is. If you look at it deeply, if you look at it with an open mind, this is why religion can make people narrow-minded because you don't look outside. You can't doubt this book. You can't doubt what the preacher says. And if you can't doubt, you can't learn. You're just a program. You're just somebody that's parroting what you said. And and you know, and these people hoop and holler, and then they have the same problem Monday morning. That's not learning. That's not progress. That is what you call um, something that's not secure, looking for security. You know.
I would
And
really love a female's perspective on this.
well, anybody that's into the book and religion is not going to like it. But I want them to be upset because I want people to look at life deeply. I want them to question everything in that Bible. I want them to question everything on that job. I want them to question everything in the government. I want them to question everything because the revolution is inward. You must question that preacher. But the book knows that. So the book says the book replaces doubt with faith. No, question everything. And I want people to get mad at me because you can't get mad at me unless you look deeply. You don't find out the truth of somebody until they get mad and they start talking and be like, "Oh, you really think? I remember what you said last night. Did you really think that about me?" No, honey. No, honey. I love your broke ass.
Wow.
But it could. This mirror could be a double standard. This mirror could be an ugly thing where nobody. When I was depressed and really depressed and suicidal, I took out every mirror in the house. I didn't want to. A mirror reminded me of how fat and ugly and a loser I was.
Man. This programming.
A mirror could be a form of programming. You know that, right?
It is a programming. It is a programming. I'm well aware. Hey man. See, like I'm happy I went through these things early. And I didn't I didn't hit 40 and these things started to occur and I walk around all bitter and grim. Like, yo, Rich, it's your fault. You're the reason why I'm like this, pointing at the TV. You're the reason why I see the dog. You're the reason why I'm happy. For those that may be at this point in your life, you just have to
What you
say,
gonna? Yeah, well, wait. You're in your 30s now. Wait till the 40s is starting to hit, and you start looking in the mirror, and you start doing your workouts, and you see that belly's not changing, and you see that gray coming.
hey, you 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 really must don't know me. I I'm the type of person that says if I get one, I have one right here, and I'm waiting for everything else to turn gray.
You sound like a young guy that's just turning gray. You know, guys say that the first time they see hair in their private place. Oh man. Oh, I see hair on my chin. Oh yeah, I can't wait till this beard comes. Now I hate shaving.
I actually don't like hair to to be frank. Unless it's on my head.
So you're saying
I'm not
when
gonna
your
lie
gray
to
hair
you.
comes, you're gonna love a full beard and a gray hair. You're
I
gonna love
actually
that,
grow my beard out so I can actually look older.
right?
Seriously. I'm that I'm a weird kind of guy. I'm serious. It started looking good to me, so I started letting it grow out. And then every week, every 2 weeks, I go see my barber. I let him cut everything else off except for this right here. I'm not gonna run from gray hair. It's a part of me. I welcome it. I welcome it. That shows growth. I'm not that young kid that's gonna beat on himself, man. Because I'm looking at the whole picture. Somebody that's hungry is gonna chase the food. The person that's full, he don't need to chase the food. He already ate.
Well, that optimism gonna be tested.
Hey, hey, there's nothing else that I haven't been through. that would be daunting or surprising to me that I will not be confident or secure with.
And that's the way to look at it. I mean, it will be tested though. That's just the reality and actuality of it. It will be tested. That's the test of life. I mean, children have a heart of gold, but the way of the world turns his heart cold. Why?
Is what you attach yourself to versus what you allow to flow through you. I can't carry the world on my shoulders. So I can't go around applying everybody else's insecurities to myself. They don't belong to me. That's their gift. So they have the opportunity to keep their gift. And I'm happy when they hold on to their gifts. Because I'm gonna hold on to mine. I don't go around nobody like I feel like shit today. Hey you, take my shit and be happy with my shit. And shut the hell up. Don't try to pass my shit back to me. No, that's not how I move. I'm always smiling. You know, I'm always looking at things on a deeper level versus the surface.
And that's the key. That is the answer. That is the action of being secure. Looking at it deeply. And in that action of looking at it deeply, there's another action of questioning it. It's like buying a car. You go buy a car, you look at the mileage. Is it used? Has this car ever been in any accidents? Is this a new car? How many miles is on the car? Are those new tires? Is everything on this car new? What we go into buying a car, we should treat the same way as dating and everything else in our life because we look at it deeply. This car thing is so deep that people treat their cars better than their relationships.
That's like a woman with her hair. She treats her hair better than she treats her relationship.
And a man treats his car better than he treats his woman. Not all men, but when I speak publicly, I asked the woman, "You remember your first time you met him?" "Oh, we've been married 23 years." And she remembers the first time they met, the anniversary of when they met, not the anniversary of the wedding. She remembers the first kiss, where they was, what the weather was, and where they and what time it was. The guy didn't remember. Asked the guy, "Do you remember your first car?" "Oh yeah, man, it was a 1989. This I had these rims and I got it off the lot over on Spruce Street. And my man called me early because the car was gonna be there." And I was like, "What?"
Oh man. Oh man. It's the same as her hair, right? She can tell you what hair it was, what part of the country it was shipped from, if it was Remy, if it's indigenous, if it's human, if it's synthetic, what kind of oils to use, how to apply them, how to treat it. She created her own wig, so on and so forth. Not all women, some women. Can't speak for all women. I
But
can't even
you
speak for
know,
some.
we can reverse. I mean, that door swing both ways. A woman can be at home, and what if she can't get her nails and hair done? The man will get tires before he get her hair done, and he don't even need them. And he'd be at the table eating with her. "Yeah, baby, I got to get these rims while they on tire." And she's like, "Well, you see these nails, and I cut the onions with these nails." And that door swing both ways. If we could pay attention to the things that we're interested in, to the people we're with, relationships wouldn't have no problem.
But you got to look at it on a deeper level. It's not the relationship that has the problem, it's the people within the relationship that has the problem.
Well, that is the relationship. There's no relationship without the people. So they got to look at, I told the guy, treat the woman like you treat your car. And I told the woman, treat him Look at him, pay attention to him like you pay attention to your hair and your nails. And they looked at me like, oh man, that's too hard.
Goes back to the work, goes back to the action, right? Nobody wants to apply the action. It's too much. It takes too long. You
But
sweat.
when you love somebody, it's a good way to for the people that's listening, or the good way to find out if somebody really cares about you. What is the action of caring? See, we're so superficial. We so like, oh, you just gotta love somebody. You gotta show them support. But what's the action of support? What's the action of caring? The action of caring about somebody is the same action of love and compassion. What is that action? You pay attention to the details. You know if a hair is out of place, if one fingernail is not painted, if one toenail is not painted. You pay attention to the details of that person when you really care.
Hey, honey, your titty's hanging out. That guy is looking. Have you ever heard somebody say, I love you more than I love myself?
Oh,
If
you
you're
do.
me, you look at them and you laugh like, what? You love me more than you love yourself? But how can you love me more than you love yourself? Because the indication of you loving yourself applies to the indication of you loving me. So that don't make sense to me.
You know why people do that? It's like this word and this action of love has been so abused, it's almost lost its meaning. It's like the word friend. This word friend and love is so abused, it has almost lost its meaning because people take love and they put love in the category of knowledge and words, but there's no action behind it at all. There's no action behind it at all. And they think love is a bunch of, it's just like Valentine's Day. It's just a word. And people freak out over Valentine. They look at the superficialness of love. They freak out over this Valentine's Day. Oh,
I thought,
it's it's Valentine's Day. It's like that thing I posted. People say they're so in the superficialness of love, they don't deep dive and really look into the detail of it. People break up and say, "Look, okay, we're not together. We agree on breaking up, but baby, if you need me, I'm there." Where was you when we was together?
oh man.
And this stuff just perpetuates. We turn love into words. Oh, baby, I love you more than myself. Oh, don't eat that. That's mine.
You get mad when you go in the fridge, right? It's so these conditions, man. If you love somebody more than you love yourself, but at the same time, you present conditions for this person and there is no correct attention viewing this person, that's not love.
That's a scary thing to hear. I love you more than I love myself. That's kind of scary.
I want to run. My shoes on, like, hey, where you going? And I'm saying in my head, away from you, crazy ass, but oh, away from you.
It's kind of like they're saying it with a knife in their hand, sharpening it.
Yeah, I look at that as a weakness. You can't love me more than you love yourself.
But the scary thing about it, they may be telling the truth. Maybe a lot of people are in. They think they're in love. They don't like themselves. The other person is the life of them.
That's what I stated earlier within the live. And then think about this, right? If everything that they're saying is true, and that person leaves, what becomes of this person? They're sick. They want to commit suicide. They're crying. They're hurting. I need that person. You get that word. I need that person. I can't live without that person. But if you apply all that love you have for that person to yourself, that person go, like, okay, I wish you well. There's no bitterness. There's no unhappiness. There is no get backs. There's no revenge. Because you're looking at everything from a whole perspective.
But you know how deep it can get, how scary and dangerous and extreme it can get. The topic of this live is what's in your mirror. Some people do not like themselves. Some people can't face their mirror. And you know what they do? They make a man their mirror. They make a woman their mirror. They don't even they don't even count themselves anymore. I must be with this woman. This is my life. If it's not a woman or a man, it's some type of drama. It's some type of something. It's a disguise and an escape from the mirror. That's the worst uh, psychological person you could be. What is something that's psychotic to where they create a mirror because they don't want to face the real one. And if that is moved or if that mirror that they created is removed, they become very deadly and dangerous.
You know what I look at too? A programming itself, programming someone else that continues that program. Programming you, and you programming the program.
Well, isn't that what society do? That's what people do with their children. What are you doing sitting there? It's time to go to church. I don't want to go to church. Don't you blaspheme. Don't you curse God. You get in there and get your suit on. And they're sitting there in church and don't know why.
No, it's
Why do I have to sit up here in church? Because I did it, my mother did it, and you do it, and your kids are gonna do it. Not that church is a bad thing, but people should know, just like when you go to buy that car, what does the car dealer say? Hey, this is the car right here. What you mean? Well, just get in it. Get in it. I don't. Well, get in it. Here's the keys. Drive it around the block. Okay, here's the papers.
drive around the block and the front tire fall off and the axle broke. Try to bring it back like, well, no, these were the stipulations on it. It's as is. Oh man. Note to anybody that's aiming to invite me to church. I sleep a lot in church. My mom learned that the hard way. Oh man, my mom tried to put my pants on to go to church. The things you go through as a child is astonishing, man. It's beautiful.
Oh, me and my cousins, we all had to go to church. We used to cry because we had to go to church. Little kids don't know this. They're not respecting the church and the religion. They just we wanted to stay home and play, but we used to play games on each other. I remember I put itching powder in my cousin's socks, in his socks.
You
And at
evil.
church, they thought he had the Holy Ghost.
Oh man, that's crazy. We thought he had the Holy Ghost.
He was in church river dancing.
And they believe their own programming. They're like, yes.
You see that boy
Yes.
right there? Only the Holy Ghost could give him that. I said, I got itching powder in his shot.
Oh man. Oh man. And that's why I laugh when people say the first impression is the last impression. If it's not real, how can it be?
Well, we're all of that. We're all of that. We put on these masks because we're good and nice people, but everybody is good, bad, and ugly. Everybody.
Good, bad, and ugly. There goes that judgment again.
But they don't want to face that mirror. They don't want to see the mirror where they're good, bad, and ugly. See, that's where church can be dangerous because church says, "What are you thinking that? Don't have sex. You shouldn't be thinking that way." And the preacher that's saying it probably want to have sex while he's saying it.
Hey, note to all, whatever your vice is, whatever you believe, live your life. Make it work for you. Be whelm in your standards of life. Whatever you feel is real to you, enjoy it. If you're within the program, enjoy the program to your best of your ability. I will stand outside and watch. I saw something the other day. The congregation was beating on the pastor because he took their money and bought a Range Rover.
That's a whole nother life.
Oh man, you started it.
That's a
You started it. You started talking about religion
no.
within
I
the
just
mirror.
touched on the mirror because people use religion as a mirror
You put
instead of the real mirror. But that's a whole nother live on these preachers and these promises and
oh,
these exaggerated claims and these fake promises.
from the preachers that's eating the box, from the preacher that's stroking the next man wife within the church.
That's a
Oh,
whole that's a whole nother live, man.
I'm sorry.
And you gonna have some hate mail, man. They go to
I'm sorry.
Facebook police is
Hey,
like outside the door.
reverse admiration. Some people say that's not a real word. Hey, Urban Dictionary, I need you to apply that. Reverse admiration. They won't tell you. They'll just watch from the outside and they cringe. I can't stand that. Oh. But who cares, man? I love you all. I love you all.
After
And
you done
whenever
talk,
y'all want to
after you
disagree
talked
with
about
me,
him, no, you love him. After you talked about him for
it
a
doesn't
whole
mean I
hour.
don't love you if I talk about you. And if y'all
Okay.
wanna rebuttal what it is, hit me in my inbox. I will have you on and we can have this conversation. We can have a one-on-one. I'll be your therapist. Because when I done show you every layer of yourself, you're going to despise me even more. And I'm still going to love you because I'm secure within myself. Moment of silence.
That inbox. That inbox. We need to do a live of our platform is, and this is for the audience that's talking, and I'll speak for Jermaine. He'll he'll correct me if I'm wrong. We talk about religion, we talk about ourselves, we talk about our friends, we talk about people. The reason why we do this, the reason why I do this, I want you to look at life deeply. Now, I'm not your preacher. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not wiser than you. I'm just saying the solutions and answers is in the question why. And why looks deeply. It's not in how, it's in why. If we look deeply, we find all solutions. So I like bringing up subjects like religion and preachers because I want to get people upset. You can't be upset. You have to look deeply when you get upset because you want to correct it. So when I tell Christians he died on Friday and he rose on the third day, the book says, but the third day is Monday, so why you keep going to church on Sunday? I want to make you mad. I want you to look at that deeply and tell me why. If I borrowed money from you on Friday, Jermaine, and I said, I'll pay you back in 3 days. What day would you be looking for your money?
In 3 days.
Right. And if I came Sunday and be like, here's your money, you'd be like, oh, you said you'd pay me back. I was looking for Monday in 3 days. So if
Mm.
Jesus died on Friday and he raised and he going to church on Sunday, it's a contradiction there. That's not me. That's what the book says. I question the book, but the book says has faith, don't have doubt. So I question that.
Why you leaning on your own understanding?
That's if I'm not leaning on my own understanding, I can't learn. So I got to listen to everything you say is right.
You sound like you ate from the tree of knowledge.
The tree of knowledge. Knowledge is limited. So I don't even want to eat from that tree. Knowledge is limited. I don't want that tree. Knowledge always have to be upgraded. So another contradiction. Like I said, that's a whole other lie.
Oh man.
We should do a live, the contradictions.
That contradict the contradictions within the
Yes,
contradictions?
the double standard.
Doesn't contradiction sound like the congregation? Let me stop. Yeah, we could do that. He started it on religion. I'm sorry. Oh man, why? Why me?
No, I'm just saying that's what the book says. In 3 days, he wrote. If I borrow money on Friday, and I say I pay you back in 3 days, I'm not gonna bring your money on Sunday.
Hey, I really wanted that. I really
And if
wanted that
Easter
queen
is
to
on
be
the
here.
first, what is Easter? The first week of April?
Is it? I honestly I don't keep up anymore. Like I don't remember these things.
But they change it, right?
It changes because um kind of the only reason why I remember, I think the last on in 2014 Easter fell on a Thursday. My child was born. My second child was born on that Thursday on Easter.
But
Now
just,
I
I
don't
just,
know.
I just quit. How can you die twice in the same month? How could
Hey,
you raise? How could you
stop.
raise? How could you raise twice in the same month?
Stop talking about religion, please.
No, this is what it's telling me. I'm not saying this.
It's a different day, all right?
How can I raise from the dead 2 different days in a month? It's like that. It's like that Groundhog Day. It's like that Groundhog Day thing. If the groundhog sees his shadows 6 more weeks or whatever of till spring.
What is that? I meant to ask somebody with that was born in this country. What is Groundhog's Day? Please
I'm
expound upon
asking.
that.
No, if anybody out there can tell me about Groundhog's Day, that there's 6 more weeks of winter if he sees a shadow. Explain that to me, because even if he doesn't see the shadow, it's still 6 more weeks of winter.
Really? Seriously?
It is. I mean, you got to stand in
Oh,
awe of some of this stuff.
oh, just like yesterday was supposed to be Valentine's Day, but if you look at it deeper, who's Saint Valentine? Did he love women or he loved men?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
What
I
is
mean, I don't.
what is this depiction? And why on Easter we tell our children, let's go egg hunting. We paint them different colors and state to them that it comes out of a rabbit's butt. Why is that? I need an
Why?
explanation.
Maybe that's the next live. The next live is going to be explain these lies and these and holidays and what all of this stuff means.
that grown people
Seriously.
actually believe.
And they lie to the children who tell children tell the truth all day. Adults lie all day. And I have kids coming up to me be like, they think rabbits lay eggs.
Yeah, with chocolate. Full of shit.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, I made that worst mistake. I thought it was I grabbed I thought it was a chocolate egg.
um, this platform is a vulnerable platform. We ask the questions that nobody else wants to ask. Other platform may rebuttal this platform and say what we're saying is asinine or pseudo or it doesn't bring forth change or it's a joke. It's a joke that I love because it won't be a joke forever. Because we allow you to be you, but we throw things in your face for you to question you, question what's around you. I've always questioned things. And I have people that aim to question me and tell me what is it I'm doing wrong. Like telling me how to feel inside. Like you're angry because I'm questioning you? Because I have a question you can't answer. I'm angry? What's in your mirror? What's staring back at you? What is it you don't like? What is it about you hate so much? Is it your nose, your lips, your skin complexion? What is it? Society done did a miraculous job on you. Starting with your parents, starting with your friends, started with your mate. See, you've been blaming everybody your entire life instead of stepping back and holding yourself accountable. Ask yourself, why is that? And you shit, piss, and sleep within these illusions. And then you want to question me? Not the one. Not that guy. I'm sorry, Rich. I was ranting. Please continue.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to make a change. And no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make a change, look at the
That's
person
your
in the
part.
mirror. I wanted this queen to join me, but I guess she's overwhelmed with mommy duties. So she has to tend to the kings and tend to her covenant before she could have made an attempt to join us in this live. But no love lost. Love is love. And it is what it is. What you know about that tune, man?
Looking in my mirror took me by surprise. I can't help but see you. This mirror
Hey,
thing,
that guy was a genius. But continue.
this mirror thing, man, it's so deep. It's really deep when you replace that mirror with something else, with a disguise or escape. You know, that mirror kind of makes you face some of the truth of you. Some people don't want to put. This is what this platform is really about. Don't we put up a mirror, Jermaine? Say this is how you look. We put up a mirror on ourselves. This is how we look. You ever watch a vampire or a Dracula? He hates mirrors. He breaks the mirror.
And blah, blah, blah. No lights, no mirrors.
He hates mirrors, man. Dracula hates mirrors.
Because he doesn't have a reflection.
But why? But a mirror will destroy him, though.
Yeah, if the sunlight hits it.
No, but a mirror will destroy Dracula, just like a mirror will destroy somebody who doesn't want to face themselves. It's
So,
disguise and escapes.
so what you telling me, if Dracula actually faces himself, his reflection will actually show up within the mirror?
Yes. No, no, it won't. He doesn't reflect. Dracula doesn't reflect, but he crashes the mirror because he's dead. His life is unnaturally going on.
Hmm.
So if anybody doesn't want to face who they are, it doesn't even have to be a physical mirror. They're not really living life actually.
Man, I almost had you. He fumbled, but he caught it. Man. He caught it quick, like, oh no, no, youngster. Good try, though. Hey, I've been trying to get Rich off his game, but man, he's standing in this square. He's standing in this square firm, like you can't even alter a damn tread within this fabric. Security. Security is a powerful thing. Kings, queens, security is a powerful thing. And if you're insecure, find a friend that's secure. They can guide you. But don't look at them for the wrong reasons. Look at them for the reasons you would like to change.
Well, we talked about so many lies, so we can't lie to the audience because they're gonna be like, okay, what live are they really serious about making that live? We should make a live about things that you question, things that they want to question, from religion to their to society to everything. Let's totally open up the platform to anybody who wants to talk about things that they question and go into it without fighting.
Oh, we can't have none of that.
We can't disrespect anybody's religion or belief. We don't want to do that, but we just want to look at it and question it. That's all.
For anybody that wants to be a part of this live, please go in, send me a friend request at King Jermaine on Facebook. Once you request me as a friend, I can further the details pertaining to the group MEN-talRollaDeK, and we'll communicate about the lives. You can inbox me at your earliest convenience. Send me a friend request at King Jermaine.
And we have a live coming up tomorrow, right?
You know it.
Go it.
And you know it.
Part 3.
To be continued.
To be continued.
The things you question. Gratitude and love to everyone. Hope y'all find this live fruitful.